Hey, welcome to Shenanigans Podcast. It's your girl, Sharita. It's me, bro. How's it going? Happy New Year. Feliz Navidad. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy all the holidays we missed in between. Happy birthday. Because I know a lot of you got birthdays going on. Right? So right now, it's been a minute. But I'm working on the New Year's resolution. What's the New Year's resolution? Be consistent. I constantly tell you guys I'm going to put out a new episode. I constantly tell y'all I'm going to keep working. It came to a head where I was just going to cancel the podcast and go and do other things, right? But I'm not going to cancel the podcast. I'm just going to be consistent, be out there, be around more. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because a lot's been happening. A lot has been happening, right? Thoughts and prayers, condolences, and I mean it's just awful. The start of the year, California is on fire, and I work in Cali a lot. I'm always out there doing stuff, and it's heartbreaking to see the devastation that's being caused right now, and a lot of people are over it, and it's understandably so. Because imagine your livelihood, everything that you work for, literally up in flames. And you can't do anything about it, you know? And then those that have tried to save their livelihoods, they tried to save their things. Not to call it things, but, you know, they tried to save everything that they worked so hard to build and they couldn't do it. So it really is sad to see, you know? So hopefully they can regroup, recover, and rebuild and go forward. So yeah, and I get it. A lot of people are over it. In comics, like it's too soon with the jokes. A lot of comics think it's really funny to just go out there and kick a person while they're down. And that's not what we're supposed to do. You lose a lot of respect when you start attacking people that you can't. You shouldn't be out there making jokes right now. Right now is not a good time. If not now, when? Don't do that. Don't do that, you know? Let's just have some kind of sympathy, because it seems like over the years we've become no to all the bad, you know? Just like in New Orleans, thoughts and prayers to those victims out there that had that situation happen to them. Not only run over, but you were gunned down at the same time. And you're out there just having a good time. It's New Year's, for crying out loud, you know? So it's just like a world of devastation. And then everybody's all like, oh, it's the apocalypse, it's the book of Revelations happening, it's this, it's that. Nah, it's just dumb people doing stupid shit as usual. Just blame the people, you know, because it's not nature. Because we've all learned in this life, not everything happens for a reason. Right? And they always say you always manifest your own destinies and stuff. I don't see how exactly. I don't know. But it's just crazy. And then the ice storms on the other side of the world was happening. And I promise you, like, I have been trained to drive in bad weather, but a lot of people have not been. So that's scary in itself as well. So be careful with the ice storms, the snowstorms that are happening, because people are without power where snow is falling and stuff. So that sucks a lot and everything. So if you can, make sure you have insurance on your house, your cars, your property, your family, yourself, I guess. Like, and then there's those of us like myself, I can't afford insurance. I'm gonna be honest with you. Life is expensive. Life is freaking expensive right now with everything that's going on. Everything that we're supposed to do as adults, and adulting is getting harder than it needs to be. So it sucks, you know? And nobody wants to face the reality of life is sucking at this point. There are people that are, and you know what? Like, not to put these people's business out like that. I don't know them personally, but it was just a ways from where I lived. Right before Christmas, a whole family was evicted from the place that I guess they were renting. They fell on hard times, And it was literally the week of Christmas. So a couple of days before Christmas, those children's things were outside on the street, among, with all the whole family stuff. Oh, Liz, yes, please, come. I hope y'all get to see you guys. And then I heard the good news. You guys, coming over back in El Paso. That's what's up. So that's so exciting. But yeah, I was going to talk about that too. But yeah, like somebody went on a post and posted about the family's eviction and everything like that. The post was taken down because they were being malicious about it. So have some compassion for your fellow neighbor. Like, I get it. We all are struggling, so we can't give. We can't provide. Because if I don't have any money, I don't have money to give you. You don't have no money to give me. But there's other ways we could help out, right? So, and they're always like, thoughts and prayers. And I just be like, what about the atheists? Do they still, like, what happens? Do they convert? Do they change their mind? Does it become thoughts and prayers? Or what do they say? Do they just say, like, que sera, sera? I don't know. I do have a person that used to be my soldier back in the military, and she is a chaplain's assistant, which was weird because when she first joined the Army, she was an atheist, big atheist and everything. She's not no more. And she's coming up on her 19th year of service, and she's about to retire. And she's changed her outlook on life, her belief system. So, but that's the only one I know. I don't know about anybody else. So yeah, so big things are happening. Like Liz pointed out, we are going to be in San Antonio for the first time. I'm bringing Lee Gary, who started in El Paso, moved to California, did some shows out in California, moved back to El Paso, and now I'm getting her to be a road comic. We are leveling up, okay? There's no more sitting around the house wishing on a star to get bookings. Like, we're making it happen. We're getting these bookings now. And I'm super excited about that because this year marks my 9th year in comedy, and I believe Lee beats me by oodles and noodles. She's in double digits years. I'm not exactly sure, and I don't want to misquote. So, but I'm gonna ask her, and because we're gonna do some road trip behind the scenes stuff as comics should do, because I think that it helps the audience learn about us and what we go through the behind the scenes. Because here we had like a hard time getting paid, and it's like, I get it when you're a new comedy venue, you're building your structure, you're building your clientele, you're building your talent, and I'm patient because I understand. I'm a super small time producer. Like, my budget is like in the triple digits, but I have to split that among the talent. You have to pay your talent. Always pay your talent, no matter what. Pay them something. Or, there's nothing wrong with postponing a show or rescheduling a show, things of that nature. Because you don't want to get that bad rap of, oh, you don't pay the talent. I can't stand makeup sometimes. Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so excited about it. And so, like, I am doing these shows because I'm also I'm going to do my first comedy special. Finally. I'm scared because, I got to get butts and seats, obviously, because that'll make or break you as a comedian. If you can't get butts and seats and you can't sell yourself out, like, why should we even continue to work with you? And I get it. And for a lot of comics, I've had comics ask me why I don't have a comedy special out. And I was like, I didn't know I was on that level yet. And they're like, oh, you're funny. But what happens is when you don't believe in yourself enough because you don't feel like you're getting the support, I don't know, it just feels weird, So yeah, so I'm working on my comedy special. It's going to be for this summer, so June. I have a venue in mind. We're gonna sell tickets because that way the venue can make some money because they're not charging me, which is awesome, you know. So makeup makes my eyes tear. Does the same thing happen to you? Yes, when I start putting on the, what's this called? The eyeliner. So I'm not good on the bottom. The top, I'm okay. But once I get to the bottom and get them tear ducts, oh my goodness, I'm crying rivers. And then you did all that makeup prep, and then your eyes are red. Make it make sense. And then TikTok's going away. I watched on TikTok, and this dermatologist is like, she explains why the tears happen. Then she said what to do, like to put some powder up there. And I'm just like, listen, lady, the powder is helping dry my eyes out, and then I'm gonna cry some more. And so, what's a girl to do? And then they said in between applications to put your setting spray. So I did that. But yeah, I'm just trying to cover up these dark circles. That's it, you know. And then you know what? I'm bad with it because there's times where I don't even want to put the makeup on. But then I'll see the pictures and I'm like, you should have put the makeup on, girl. You know, and it's not to, like, if you don't wear makeup, that's fine. We're not saying you have to wear makeup, but you know, I feel pretty with the makeup. And then with being in an entertainment industry, they're gonna make you put the makeup on anyway, so you might as well get used to it. And it really does make a difference when you see those pictures and you know, like, oh, and especially when your skin glowing, girl. Woo, love it. So yeah, so I'm really excited. I've already asked Lee to be one of the comedians for my special and everything. So of course I'm gonna tape her set, and then if she wants to use her set for her comedy special, so we're putting more females on board. What? Yeah. How do you look high both ways? Oh my goodness, that's funny. I don't know. I think I just be looking tired most of the time, but I am tired. I'm just like, what? I can't. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm giving it up to the females because a lot of the times nobody thinks about us. And I had to do a teachable moment last night because I was at an open mic practicing a set. It went well. It was okay. You know, I had fun with it, as you should. But for some reason, there's only 2 female comics, and the host kept saying, all right, give it up for our first female comic of the night. Like, dude, you didn't have a lot of female comics. It was just 2 of us. It's always only 2 of us, sometimes 3 of us, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, it's my talk shit moment where I don't consider everybody a comic just because you get on stage and you talking into the microphone. No. And then especially when you're not getting any laughs, and then you look uncomfortable and nervous when you know you said something that you should not have, and you trying to take it back, but you can't, and you regret it. It's so awkward on stage, and you set the rest of the comments up for failure when you say like outlandish things to get a laugh, and it doesn't go your way. But stop saying. So this goes out to hosts. If you're hosting a show, you don't have to say female comedian, because if I go on stage and you can't tell I'm a female, well then I did something wrong, right? But then should it matter if I'm a female? Because when there's 7 men on the show, you don't say, give it up for your first male comic. All right, how was that? Now your third male comic coming to the stage is from, like, it sounds awkward, so don't do it. Just be like, hey, comics. That's it. Say their name, quick little bio, keep it moving, bro. You know? Like, give women the respect that we already have. Just say what we are. Because when I go for a job interview, it's not going to say male or female, right? Well, who am I kidding? I don't go on job interviews anymore. So, yeah. But that was all that spiel. But, yes, I'm just totally ecstatic. I don't know. Totally ecstatic becoming. Exactly. Just say the name. You know, they doing all this outlandish, oh my gosh, it's a female. So, you know, doing the most, bro. Doing the most. I got a small bathroom, okay? Well, actually, it's not small, but it's sizable. But yeah, like, they just do the most. And I'm just like, when I go to others, and then that's why I like going to other cities, because when I go to other cities, they don't do that. They don't break it down by gender, because if somebody's trans, I've never heard a host say, come to the stage is transgender. They never say that. Oh, thank you. I'm excited too, Liz. Oh, because this is New Year, new jokes, you know? So I've been writing new material. I've been working on getting the merch up, but that's a little bit harder. But income tax is coming. Woo, woo. So yes. So I'll be using my income tax money and putting half of that, because I got to take care of my babies. But half of that goes into my comedy career, because last year and the year prior, I wasn't able to travel as much. It's hard to have the title of national touring comedian where you can't really get out there and tour, get out there and see different cities. And I'm dispelling that stupid rumor. It's not a rumor. I don't know what it's called exactly, but that stupid thing where they're like, "Oh, if you don't, why are you traveling to perform somewhere else? You can't make it in your home city." You can make it in your home city, but y'all don't tell Kevin Hart to stop traveling. You don't tell Cat Williams to stay in LA. So if these other comedians can get in a bus, plane, car, and go out and put on shows for the masses, why can't I? And I like going to other cities. I like seeing what other cities, the type of comedy that they have, what that city, state, town, zip likes for comedy. What do they think there's funny? And it tests your grit as a comedian, because think about it. Like, there's a lot of El Paso comics where they're born and raised El Pasoans. I am not born and raised, right? I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I've never performed in New York because I was in the military. But coming out of the military, I reside in El Paso. So I'm not an El Pasoan. So there's a lot of jokes that I can't say, and the little bit of Spanish, when I do something in Spanglish, it works. It works because the way you deliver it, and you're not trying to do cultural appropriation, and you're definitely not being racist. And we have a lot of comics, for some reason, they want to be racist. And I'm just like, what do you get from that exactly? I mean, if it works, but don't, because it shouldn't work, because you're making it cringy for everybody else, and it should never be that. The rape jokes have subsided, so I'm happy about that. But I think it's because when I show up, I don't know, just saying, we don't have that issue anymore, and I'm happy about that. We don't have the harassment anymore, so I'm happy about that. But again, we don't have any new female comics, on the scene. So we had some more females. It would be cool, but at the same time, I'm not trying to set myself up, because there was a comic that told me, no, if you're the only one, enjoy that. And I was like, yeah, but it's like, do you really want to be the only one? Because it's not like I'm getting massive amounts of work, It's not like I'm getting an advantage. But at the same time, it's like you need other people on that stage, because the crowd, if you're performing at the same venues all the time, they're going to get sick of you. They're going to get sick of you. I've been blessed with the opportunity that when I do shows, I have enough material that I don't have to do the same set over and over and over. That's nice. That's great. But still, I'm pretty sure you're still sick of seeing me. I don't want you to be like, oh, you again? But they're happy to see me. But at the same time, it's like, well, share the stage, And Irma Ruiz, shout out to Irma Ruiz, because she told me that, because every time she would put out that she needs comics for the Chingona show, I would raise my hand. I'm like, yeah, I want to come out, because she does the Chingona show in different cities. But she's like, no, give other comics a chance to be on the show as well and build their platform. And I didn't understand it at the time. And I was like, oh, you're right, because I didn't want to look selfish and greedy. And I didn't want to look like I'm not a team player. I was just excited because, again, I'm not getting booked here a lot in El Paso. So when I do get a booking, of course I'm going to jump on it and have fun with it, And that's all it was, really. That's all I was really about. I just wanted to get out there, as they say. So money, I had to share the stage. Right, that too, because it's like you want to ask them, like, how's the comedy scene in your area? And then you want to find out what other women are talking about, because I met women that talk about menopause, strictly about menopause. And then there's women that strictly talk about dating in their age group, but they're younger. They're still in their 20s. And then with me, I don't look like I'm 47. I'm 47 years old, right? Don't look 47. I don't look like I'm in my 40s. So my dating experience is gonna be like, I can use it like I'm catfishing, but I'm really not. You know, like you catfishing like the younger guys. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not my fault. You know, it's just I don't look like I'm old enough. And then sometimes like I'll joke about dating, like interracial dating, because you do have those guys that are like, my mom said not to talk to you girls. And I'm just like, come over here, baby. I got you. We ain't got to tell mama everything. You know, that kind of thing. But make it fun. So yeah, I like the challenges. All right, I'm gonna put myself in iWatch, but don't watch too hard. Don't watch too hard. So yeah, like it's all about what's going on in the world. And I don't make a lot of jokes about current events because almost every comic already does. So when I'm on stage, I just talk about stuff that's relevant to me, like personal, that I try to relate it to both males and females, you know, because you don't want to alienate anybody in the room. Because I find like, remember, so a lot of people don't know this, but remember, when it comes to ticket sales, the men buy the tickets because their ladies want to go to the show. Right? So you gotta have jokes for everyone in the room. Simple. You know? And of course, it's still, comedy is still hard because not all your jokes are gonna land. You know? But you go and you practice, you go to the open mics, you work on it, and you hope for the best. And that's all you can do, really. Like, and I get it. Like, sometimes I'm not somebody's cup of tea. See, Liz, I'm going under the eye now. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And that used to bother me in the beginning when I first started. But then I have to remember, everybody has preferences. Big word right there, right? Preferences. You know, like my comedy is for those that get me. And this Saturday in San Antonio, I will be at the Artisan. So, and then the reason I'm so super doubly excited about that is because I was already booked for the show, but what happened was Big Al Gonzalez came to Alamogordo, and since that's like a quick hour drive for me, I went to support. And then, because one thing is like sometimes when you get booked from booked with another comedian, you may not have met them, but you might be Facebook friends with them, you might be following their social media, but to actually show up and, you know, I have no problem paying the ticket. Usually I don't, and thank you for that. But I had no problem. Like if I got the money, I'm coming. I'm gonna support. So if I get it for free, I'm gonna buy food. I'm gonna buy drink. You know, share. Because the money, the proceeds go to pay these comics. They come in. They're leaving their homes to come and entertain. And people don't get that. They're like, oh wow, why should I pay all this money? But you do it for the big name people. That's why. Because you do it for like the famous people. So why don't you do it for us? We're getting there. You know, we're on our way to a successful story. You know, that kind of thing. So I met Big Al in Alamogordo officially because I have done Zoom shows with him during COVID times. And when I went up to him, I was like, hey Al, I'm going to be on a show with you in San Antonio. So I just came to formally meet you and say hello and thank you for booking me. He said, oh, I didn't book the show. And I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. You know, he's like, no, you're good, you're good. He was like, I heard a lot about you. And he dropped Irma's name. You do a lot of Irma shows. I was like, yeah, a lot of the shit going to shows. A lot of people don't feel this shit going to shows. Eternally grateful. And he's like, yeah, open up the show. Me? He's like, yes, host the show, open up the show. Number one, I was in sweats. No makeup. My hair was did, but no makeup. In sweats. Was not performance ready. And they always say dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. But in comedy, that doesn't matter for us. Just make sure you dressed in something. So to be able to just go up there, and that was my audition. I did 10 minutes of comedy, clean comedy at that, because I wasn't sure about the crowd because I've never performed there. I've been there, I've seen shows there, but I've never performed there personally. So to be able to go up there and win the crowd over, and then come to find out we had people that had came to one of my Rad Comedy Series shows that I do in Las Cruces. They saw me in Las Cruces, they remembered me, and they were like, oh my gosh, you're so hilarious every time we see you, you're hilarious, you're fun. And I'm like, thank you for that. So I need that feedback to keep going. So that was great. And Big Al himself was impressed and everything. And I did a military set. He didn't know I was military. So he's like, I book veterans. I'm like, that's me, bro. That's me. So hopefully I'm looking forward to being booked on Big Al's Veterans Showcase. So that'd be awesome. And again, to represent for the ladies, you know. It's a lot of us that have jobs before jobs before we became comics, you know. So, oh, thank you, Liz. You know, and you know what? It's really hard because for some reason people think that they have to put a new persona up, like they have to create this character. But I learned back in college. I took this acting class in New York at New York City Technical College. And please forgive me, it's been centuries. I don't remember the teacher's name. I remember his face, which is weird. I don't remember his name. But the reason why I remember him is because he said he got beat out by an actor for a movie role. And then he just became a teacher. But he said, all acting is you in a situation, right? So, case in point, you're going to work, your car breaks down. How do you handle that situation? That's it. You know, you got to go to the dentist. That's you. How do you react? Oh wait, I didn't put my lips on. I'm about to spray. So that's all it is. So in comedy, I tell stories that happened to me, and maybe at the time that the situation happened, it wasn't funny, or maybe it really was hilarious, but you guys weren't there. You didn't know me then, you know. So now I get to reminisce. I get to share my life with you, share situations, and then hopefully that helps me build memories for my kids, because my kids laugh at me all the time. But I think for the wrong reasons, though. I'm not sure. You know, so it's just, that's all it is. That's all life is laughing and having a good time. And I believe if you really are genuine, your presentation will be easier. You won't have such a hard time on stage. You won't be fumbling and trying to figure out, well, what do I say next? How do I recover? You know, or worse, there's a lot of comments that are, stop stealing jokes. Stop stealing jokes, bro. Come up with your own stuff. It's not hard. Okay, no, comedy's hard. But if you're genuine, like Liz says, and you have experiences, you can make funny scenarios happen. Sorry. I used to do the lip liner, but I don't know. I got like weird looks. So sometimes I do the lip liner and then the lipstick, but I don't know. Shout out to RuPaul's Drag Race, because that's where I learned how to put on makeup. Don't judge me. I can't judge your mama, as they say. They be so sassy and stuff. So yeah, I just love it. Okay. Setting spray, girl is ready to go. I'm gonna put my what's that called? Deodorant on off camera, because y'all not gonna be judging me. So yeah, I used to spray ones. I like it. Because back in the day, you had to roll on and like get stuck, and then it's like, and then there's no hair there. Like I shave, and it still be stuck, and you're like, what the hell? So yeah, so that's what's going on. So and then before I forget, so Saturday I'm at the Artisan in San Antonio, and then so I drive right back. I'm performing Sunday night, January 19th, at the El Paso Comic Strip. I haven't performed there in such a long time because of the controversies. I do get myself into scandals. I don't know how, but it happens, you know? And I'm gonna be first to tell you, no, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Jealousy, envy, all the, I don't know. When people don't want you in certain spaces, they will do everything in their power to make sure that you don't stay there. And which sucks, because it's like, dude, there's so many stages. There's room for everybody. I know, right? So RuPaul is awesome. I love RuPaul. Sashay away. Oh, I'm like, ooh, sassy. Like, ooh. And I don't know, just something about being authentic, and that's where it comes from. Because people who have been hated on all their lives and find ways to be still be here and still make it, that's hard to do. I know it is. It has to be. I'm adding oil. I had bought this herbal essence oil and I'm running out. So I'm adding argan oil and Morocco to it. Gotta keep my braids fresh and my scalp. So that way when I take these braids down, I still got hair. My hair's like right here right now. Yay. But I'm trying to get it back down. I don't know why. I like hair. But I've already had like pixie cuts and other short hairstyles. That was all right. Especially in the army because we wear the hats and the helmets and all the. It's not cool. Not cool. So yeah. So and then you know what? It was really cool that I think just a couple of months or so ago, the El Paso comic strip page started following me on my Instagram. So I'm hoping that this is a good sign that we're going to be working, that maybe your girl will start hosting at the El Paso comic strip. Because again, you ain't got no females hosting over there. Really? You know what? I'm gonna tell you my secret. I'm taking the prenatal vitamins because I'm hitting perimenopause, right? And so, but then they say, so basically perimenopause is reverse. I'm glitching. Puberty. It's reverse puberty, right? So remember puberty, we started getting our our time of the month and all of that was coming and happening, and your body was adjusting to the hormones and stuff like that. So guess what? Your body's adjusting to hormones again to stop making babies. But what they're finding out is that a lot of women going through perimenopause and then they ended up pregnant because what are they doing? My doctor did it. He prescribed me, my OBGYN prescribed me birth control. Sir, did you not hear the part where I said I was 47? I should not be on birth control. I should not be birthing anyone at this age. Bless your heart. I mean, if it happens, what? But no, we wrap it up. So, so that way if Zeke sees this. But yeah, so if you want to grow your hair, birth control pills. Not the birth control pills. The prenatal pills, because it has everything in there that our body's missing. Because we stop. For some reason, we just stop taking care of ourselves. We stop drinking water. We stop hydrating. We stop eating when mom cooked us good food. We stop eating all that stuff, and it's just crazy. Oh, you know what? I'm hoping, Liz. I'm hoping a lot of people feel that way, because we have another comedy club that's getting off the ground. And I'm doubly excited because that would really be nice. Because again, I'm putting in the work. I'm working. I'm continuing to work. And yes, I would love to be at the El Paso comic strip. It's a dream come true. Because again, comics, stop telling people, well, if you're not performing at your home club, something's wrong. No, sometimes it's just not your time to be there. Sometimes it's just not. It's just not your time. It's just not, maybe that your comedy, whatever you're doing, bookers have the right to pick and choose what they want to see, what they want to hear. And if you're not, I guess for the people that their clientele, because remember, people pay good money to sit up there and get entertained, like right now, I still get booked at Inn of the Mountain Gods at Club 49, so that's a blessing, and I'm okay with that. So I'm working a club, and I'm getting my practice in. And remember, Inn of the Mountain Gods, that's 30 minutes. You have to have a 30-minute semi-clean set. Really, you just can't say the F-bomb, but we all do it. I think I'm telling myself, we all say it. Because we're adults. And sometimes when you're talking about a subject, it fits, okay? And the comic strip, I think it's pretty PG-13, but I watched the comic say the F-bomb, and I was like, I thought we couldn't say it over here at the comic strip. But again, it's up to the booker, and the booker says what goes, So, yeah. Other than that, I'm already late. Like I said, I'm going to film a podcast. First time I've been invited on someone else's podcast, so I'm excited about that. And we're going all the way to Alamogordo, and it's with Carlos Castorana and Andrea Anceletta. And they're the ones that booked the Johnny Carino's gig. That a lot of like Alex Raimundo came in there. A lot of big names. Big Al Gonzalez was here a couple of weeks ago. So that's where I'm going. So I'm going to go and film a podcast episode and have fun and talk more about comedy and things of that nature. So, but yes, girl, I need to be consistent. So definitely going to film another podcast episode when we get to San Antonio. Don't know who's going to be on it. I'll try to have some guests if I can. Because that's that too. People like to see guests, I guess. I don't know. But I just want to have something to talk about because podcasting's hard. You know, we don't want to put out fear mongering. I don't know what I'm doing with my hair. I don't know what I'm doing with my hair right now. I'll probably just put it in a ponytail. I don't know. But yeah, podcasting is hard. Getting sponsors is hard. Monetizing anything is hard nowadays because nobody knows that the dollar is going to be worth anything. Nobody knows if TikTok is still going to be available, you know. Let us know how the podcast goes. Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you for tuning in. Someone else is on the podcast as well. I see like there's 2 viewers. Thank you so much. And again, this is the live portion, but this podcast is available everywhere where you listen to your podcast. So thank you for being continued supporters. This year, New Year's resolution, my lifetime supporters, I'm going to get you guys a merch basket. I've been saying it, but like I said, my income tax check coming. I'm going to have some money, put some of the stuff together. We're going to do it. So you guys, thank you for tuning in to Shenanigans Podcast. I love you guys. We'll talk later. Mwah.